Ethiopia versus the Littorals. Are port wars ahead? Ports can be trophies. Ports can be chokeholds. For Ethiopia, they are both, making every dock in the Horn a potential spark, every shipping lane a potential battlefield of influence and leverage. Hi, I'm Sarun Zamanil, and this is Analytica Today. Ethiopia is landlocked by recent history and geopolitics that transforms logistics into strategy. Behind every container shipped lies a story of leverage, diplomacy, and power. Ports are not just economic knots, they are instruments of influence. So today's analysis peels back the surface of shipping lanes to show how ports become bargaining chips and how small littoral capitals emerged as power brokers and why a single fee, a memorandum, or base can shift regional alignments overnight. Over 95% of Ethiopia's external trade moves through one neighbor. This concentration is more than an economic footnote, it is a structural vulnerability. When transit equals survival, bargaining power lies entirely with those controlling the Gwai. Addis Abeba's search for alternative is not optional, it becomes existential. Berbera, Lamu, Tadjoura, each represents a lifeline, and each is a chip of a coastal state's strategic hand. Access is not just about moving goods, it is about ensuring national sovereignty, shielding the economy from disruption, and maintaining leverage in regional affairs. Eritrean ports in 1993 reshaped both geography and psychology. Port access became a proxy for sovereignty and national pride. Djibouti monetized that reality through fees, rents, and foreign bases, converting its geography into predictable income streams and diplomatic influence. Eritrea chose a different path. Idleness over integration, scarcity as leverage. Both strategies and weaponize access. Ethiopia's pivot towards Berbera or Lamu is not simply about moving cargo. It is about rearranging regional powers, testing the limits of neighborly cooperation, and hedging against vulnerability. Every corridor explored carries a strategic subtext. Who really benefits, and who loses influence, and who controls the rules of the engagement? The 2024 Ethiopia-Somaliland MOU exposed the fragility of the status quo. Ethiopia sought to diversify supply lines, yet the reaction was immediate and multifaceted. Somalia protested and Djibouti bristled, and external powers quietly repositioned. A commercial deal instantly became foreign policy. This pattern is reoccurring. Pragmatic logistics collide with territorial anxieties, triggering rapid politicization. For Ethiopia, the lesson is very clear. Ports are rarely neutral. Every new access agreement can ripple through regional and international channels. Diplomacy and logistics are inseparable in the Horn. Djibouti hosts multiple foreign bases, complicating every dispute. When American, Chinese, French, Japanese, and Gulf interests coverage on a single port city, even a tariff quarrel or docking dispute can escalate into a strategic conversation. Small littorals profit from this attention, monetizing global anxieties while retaining leverage over landlocked neighbors. In this environment, commercial frictions often become geopolitical flashpoints. Alarming that Ethiopia must navigate these layers with precision, balancing economic pragmatism with strategic foresight. The imbalance costs Ethiopia in both financial and political terms. Billions are lost to inflated fees, inefficiencies, and slow services. The strategic cost is higher. Diminished autonomy, brittle supply chains, and independence on neighbors with their own agendas. The remedy is not military. It is an institutional design. Regional frameworks like IGAD and the AU can enforce rules on accesses, tariffs, and dispute resolution. Investment in alternative corridors must be paired with transparent tariffs, enforceable service guarantees, and structured incentive for cooperation. Joint industrial zones, revenue sharing arrangements, and regional integration can convert a zero-sum game into mutual gain. Quiet diplomacy, structured finance, and incremental collaboration reduce incentives to weaponize ports while securing Ethiopia's strategic interests. Two futures are plausible. In one, disciplined investment, mediation, and gradual diversification produce a tense but workable equilibrium. Djibouti retains most transit business under clearer rules. Eritrea may permit limited cooperation, and Ethiopia's exposure declines. On the other hand, a fee dispute, base controversy, or maritime incident triggers diplomatic ruptures, embargoes, and new external alignments, generating instability and economic pain across the Horn. Ethiopia's challenge is to navigate both economic imperatives and strategic constraints simultaneously. anticipating the second and the third order consequences of every maritime maneuver. Ports can be instruments of exclusion or getaways to shared prosperity. Ethiopia's challenge is tactical and institutional. Secure access without provoking siege mindsets in neighbors, diversify routes without inflaming rival claims, and make exploitative port politics unprofitable. The Horn's leaders must decide whether ports will be weapons or windows. Their choice will eventually shape their region's peace, prosperity, and balance of power for a generation to come. For Ethiopia, the task is clear. Turn vulnerability into leverage, corridors into partnerships, and strategic access into a pillar for national resilience. I'm Saron, and this has been Analytica Today. Stay tuned for more.